Hello, loves. Hello, hello. Hills here from the Blue Flame. Welcome to February 2025. Welcome to Jupiter Direct. We now have almost all the planets moving forward for the first time this year. Uranus moved direct right after the Aquarius new moon. Very, very powerful, amazing, transformative sort of energy working in union. Aquarius, of course, being the sign that Uranus rules. So that was a really fun little sideshow that we received with Uranus going direct the day after that moon. Jupiter has gone direct now as of the 4th of February. Today, the 5th of February, Venus has entered Aries. So we have a lot of movement in the chart. We just came through that really powerful conjunction on Groundhog Day of Venus, Neptune, and the North Node, with the moon along for the ride for part of that conjunction. This current that we're navigating in February is what we're going to talk about. I'll have another video where we talk about the new moon and the full moon and the new moon in that order for the months of February. But what brought me here to this screen, to this sharing with you right now, is a really powerful current that is coming into effect at the end of the month. And this being a time for kind of laying the groundwork for that little puddle of energy. So, as I mentioned, now at 11 degrees, 17 minutes of Gemini, Jupiter is making that very slow transition back to forward motion. Jupiter moves really slow in the days that it was stationing to turn back around. If you were feeling really sluggish and like it was hard to move, that might have been you picking up some of that energy, right? And if today, as the momentum is just starting to build in forward motion again of this great benefact, you're feeling a bit wired or plugged into the main, that is also understandable. We've also had a lot of flares in the lead up, and there's a scientific study that was done about the effect of apparent direct and retrograde stationing and solar flares, and Jupiter and Venus were highly connected to a preponderance of solar flares, so that we're having this occurrence of lots and lots and lots of M-class flares as Jupiter has been turning around. Is not all that surprising, right? It is very electrifying though. So taking those times to ground can be really important, especially because we've been in a really powerful hibernation period. A lot of us went deep into ground over the last couple of months, and we're just starting to, like that groundhog, poke our head up. Now, here in the US, Ponsatani Phil saw his shadow, predicting 6 more weeks of winter. We're going to get a little bit into that. I talked a little bit about this in the members community. We have this churning now, right? This forward momentum, the largest planet in our solar system, starting to chugga forward again, right? Now, Mars is still moving retrograde. And Jupiter and Uranus are very, very, very much still in the shadow of theirs. I believe Neptune is too. In fact, Jupiter and Mars won't leave their shadow until May, June of this year. More on that to come. More on that to come. So on the 23rd of February, Mars moves forward once again, retracing the steps backwards taken through Cancer and Leo. This brings me to the energy that I wanted to share, the reason that I'm here right now, talking with all of you, sharing with all of you. There is a window of time between the 23rd and the 1st of March, the 23rd of February and the 1st of March, where for the first time in months, not just since the end of the beginning of the year, but like months now, all of the planets will be moving forward. It is short, it's like 4 days of really powerful forward momentum energy. Now, there's a lot of shadow activity. Venus and Mercury are already going to be in the shadows of the coming retrogrades that they're about to go into. But this 4-day period is a really powerful moment for bringing something new, to use that momentum that's building in that time to start a project. Now, it's possible that this project won't actually get off the ground until May, June, when we come out of the intensity of the shadows of retrograde season, right? But on the 2nd of March, Venus is going to go retrograde, coming into a conjunction with the sun and reemerging as a morning star once again. Mercury on the 15th is going to go retrograde. So as you can see, this is short. We have this window of opportunity to harness all of that fire that's been building during this deep introspective journey that we've been on. And like the groundhog predicts, we go into 6 more weeks of winter afterwards, right? So we are really being invited to play with this energy. Now, interestingly, this just so happens, this 23rd to the 1st, just so happens to coincide with when the planetary parade or the great alignment reaches its full spread across the horizon, which means that from horizon of the setting sun, Mercury, all the way across with Venus, Neptune, Saturn, Uranus, Jupiter, Mars, bridging the eastern horizon across the elliptical, all 7 of the planets will be visible. This will occur, depending on your location, exactly sometime around the 19th of February and the 23rd of February. So what if you use that outward expression of the internal? Night is the internal, right? And the outward expression is everything above the horizon. What if you use that outward expression of the internal to bring forward an idea that's been percolating under the surface for you for some time? I can share that for those of us who are part of the Blue Flame community, we're going to be using that energy to help propel us into a new platform. And we're going to be shifting off of Patreon and into a new home. But I'll share more about that as it gets closer. What have you been feeling building? Now, this could be something emotional building within you that you're ready to finally express. This could be a trauma loop in your mental body that you're finally ready to release. It could be a foundational, a structural, right? Something in your physicality that is ready to shift off. It could be all of those things. It could be something in your business in your relationship. Look at where this is occurring. What is at 17 degrees of Cancer? What house is that? A lot of this will have to do with the juxtaposition of our I am and how we feel like we belong to different groups, where we garner our sense of belonging, because this is Mars shifting around. But remember, all of the planets are on display, right? So everything about that archetypal energy, our awakening Uranus, our largesse Jupiter, our dreaming and transcendence Neptune, our desire, our love, our magnetism Venus, our structures and foundations Saturn, and the way we express ourselves Mercury. All of these are being at play during this time. And Pluto will be the only planet, I still call Pluto a planet, the only planet not visible during this time. It will be the only thing below the horizon together with the sun as we move through sunset with the planetary parade, right? So our outward expression is being connected to that which has been hidden from us, and it's in Aquarius, right? Well, at this point, the sun will be in Pisces, but we get to play with that energy of revealing those unique things that we've often hidden from view, allowing them to come into the full rainbow of our being, expressing outwardly. So what if you use this energy, you ride this current, ride this wave into a more true expression of you? What if that's what, during those 4 days of forward momentum, you're being asked to display? And maybe you see a shadow and you need to go internal again during Venus's retrograde, Mercury's retrograde. That's okay. The important piece of it is listening to your heart. What do I need to express in this moment? What do I need to share about myself with the world? Who am I in the world when nobody's looking? When I'm not trying to belong to another group? Who am I really? Now, as a Pisces moon, this is a question I ask myself a lot. But however you work with this energy, you may be an extremely extroverted sort of person who knows deep in your soul who you are, and you never change who you are depending on the group that you're in. How will you work with this energy if that's your template, if that's how you're built? What if it's using that light to show the way for those who are a little more timid about or confused about who they truly are, right? So, quick recap. Jupiter is now direct. Venus is now in Aries, so magnetism, a flame about the I am, right? Mars on the 23rd of February will be turning direct. This means that from the 23rd through the 1st of March, all of the planets, including Pluto, will be moving direct. We have the entire rainbow across the ecliptic of Mercury, Venus, oh no, Mercury, Saturn, Neptune, Venus, Uranus, Jupiter, Mars, all across the sky, starting somewhere between the 19th and the 22nd for you, depending on your location, giving you a beautiful time of expressing the outward self. Now, the 18th, 19th is when the sun is going to shift into Pisces. On the 12th, we're going to have the Leo full moon. On the 27th, we will have the Pisces new moon. I'll have separate videos about those coming soon. What is your new that you're calling to bring through during that 4 days of forward momentum? How are you going to express the new? How are you going to hold space for others as they take those tentative steps to expression of their true unique selves? Hold space for yourself as you do. This is a beautiful month for letting yourself start to be seen more fully. Even if you're still feeling a bit hermit crab, even if you're still feeling a bit hermit crab. Like I said, the retrograde energy is still quite strong. So if you don't feel during those 4 days like raring to go, understand that we still have 6 weeks of winter, right? We still have a lot of internal work being done until Venus reemerges as morning star, right? Till Venus reemerges as morning star. So go easy on yourself. Self-care is still the prescription. And if it calls to you, please do head over to the Patreon, where I'll be sharing more about our big jump to the new platform, and where we'll have our full moon violet blue flame ceremony. We'll have our new moon circle and all kinds of other goodies. One of the things that came through to share with you as I close is that there is a meditation. It is actually the first meditation that ever came through my open channel, that was recorded anyways, called Rose Gold Gratitude. And that is a self-care prescription that I'm being called to offer to all of you. It will be available for free in the members portal over there. I think that it's getting an upgrade with the full moon as well. With all of that, as always, my loves, so much and many in the always, from the all dimensions and beyond the beyond. Love and gratitude.